teaches and appreciates our military heritage. Drill is an integral part of military history, a prominence that rests on the fact that its fundamental purpose was to prepare troops for battle. For the most part, drill procedures practiced in the past were identical to the tactical maneuvers employed on the battlefield. It was this aspect of drill which made it such an important part of training. Even today, drill remains a necessary and useful training activity for instilling discipline and esprit de corps. Over 240 years, General Washington enlisted the assistance of Baron von Steuben, a distinguished Prussian officer, to help instill discipline. Baron von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge in February of 1778, facing an army of several thousand undisciplined, half-starved, wretched men in rags. To correct these conditions, he set to work immediately and wrote regulations designed to teach the discipline of drill to a model company of 120 selected men. Discipline became a part of the military for these individuals as they learned to respond to commands without hesitation. As they mastered the art of drill and began to work as a team, this group developed a collective sense of pride in themselves and in their unit. Watching this model of company perform, observers were amazed to see how quickly and efficiently these troops could be amassed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and the efficiency of Washington's Continental Army were improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first field manual, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. The drill procedures placed into effect at Valley Forge remained unchanged for over 85 years, and many of these same procedures are still used today. One form of drill is the salute. Since early times, men at arms have used some form of salute as an exchange of greeting, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved, and its use continues in all modern militaries, which inherit their traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the flights presenting arms as one form of the military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of a national anthem, the playing of musical honors, the playing of the Air Force song, the reciting of the oath of enlistment, and the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respect to the flag during the national anthem as it passes during the review. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem and after the flags have passed, you may return your hand to your side. As flights pass in review, applause is appropriate, but please limit the applause so that others may hear the narration of the names and hometowns of the military training instructors. Please reserve the strictest respect during our oath of enlistment. During the oath, service members pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution and our country.
God, I feel like my eyes are horrible. Can you see us?
Yeah, he's right there. I can't.
At this time, we'd like to take a moment to inform you of the specific flight location on the parade field, as viewed from the bleachers, from your left to your right.
He's right there. He's 3 in.
Flight 067, led by Master Sergeant Precious Roy. Flight 068, led by Technical Sergeant J.R. Robbins. Flight 069, led by Technical Sergeant Travis Lage. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 070, led by Technical Sergeant Robert Gauthier. Top Academic Flight, Flight 071, led by Technical Sergeant Nina Cephalou. Flight 072, led by Technical Sergeant Jermaine Ramsey. Flight 073, led by Technical Sergeant Ridge Lavick. In the center of the parade field is the color guard led by Technical Sergeant Logan Howes. The Drum and Bugle Corps, Flight 080, led by Technical Sergeant Charnel Albino. The flights selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags are flights 065 and 066, led by Staff Sergeant Matias Tercero. Flight 074, led by Technical Sergeant Dejan Ross. Flight 075, led by Technical Sergeant Tiffany Todd. Flight 076, led by Technical Sergeant Christina Poston. Flight 077, led by Technical Sergeant Colton Marvin. Flight 078, led by Technical Sergeant Joseph Pullins. Flight 079, led by Technical Sergeant Miguel Molina. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of our official party. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Gwynn.
Good morning. I invite you to join with me in prayer. Almighty God, as we enter into a new year, may we be reminded that every sunset brings the promise of a new dawn, and every day the opportunity to accomplish our goals. We celebrate on this special day of achievement these airmen of the 320th Training Squadron. We recognize the sacrifices made to become members of the world's greatest Air Force that have brought them here today, ready to serve. May these Gators always live with honor, knowing that you can't stop the rock. We recognize that these airmen did not arrive here on their own, and so we thank you for their families and their friends who have equally made sacrifices to make this day possible. We offer our gratitude to the men and the women of the 320th Training Squadron who invested countless hours into these young airmen. Gracious God, we ask your blessing upon these families, friends, instructors, and staff for what they have invested in these airmen. For these men and women about to graduate and for all military personnel around the world, we ask in the words of the prophet that the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. It's in your most holy name we do pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Sorry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, rendering a flying salute to our graduated airmen, our 4 T6 Alphas, call signs, pray to 1, pray to 2, pray to 3, and pray to 4. Pray to 1 is flown by Lieutenant Colonel Don Rowling and Major Michael Velharty. Pray to 2 is flown by Major Kelly Van Gundy and Lieutenant Colonel Adrian De La Fuentes. Pray 2-3 is flown by Major Skylar Davenport and Lieutenant Colonel Earl Arnold. Pray 2-4 is flown by Major Luke Spreeman and Major Orion Kellogg. These aircraft are from the 12th Flying Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas.
Did you get a video of that?
No, I took a video. I took a picture. I should have had one.
It's okay. You're gonna have to send that picture though.
And gentlemen, welcome to today's basic military training graduation ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Colonel Jeff Pixley, accompanied by his wife, Andrea. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson. The reviewing official, the Vice Commander, 16th Air Force, Major General David Gatica, accompanied by his wife, Amy. Our Senior Enlisted Leader, the 16th Air Force Communications Directorate, Chief Master Sergeant Eric Andujar. From the graduating squadron, the Commander, 320th Training Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Gerald Finsterer, accompanied by his wife, Gina. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 320th Training Squadron, Chief Master Sergeant Jennifer Smalls. Also in attendance with us today, the Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel John Odell III. The Command Chief, 37th Training Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Mike Morgan. The Command Chief, 67th Cyberspace Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Andrew McKendry, accompanied by his wife, Hope. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737 Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Our Commander of Airmen is Technical Sergeant Michael Hurd. Major General Gatica will review today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the men and women before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warriors with the foundation to serve in the most powerful military the world has ever known. Once they leave basic military training, they will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of 118 specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of 84 installations around the globe or work directly with our sister services. As they move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the armed forces. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in expeditionary environment. These graduates are the future of our national defense and will pave the way for the generations that will follow. .737 Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Commander's Excellence. The Commander's Excellence Streamer is awarded to Flight 070 for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 21 November 2022 to 6 January 2023. Signed, Jeffrey Pixley, Colonel, United States Air Force. The Commander's Excellence Flight was led by Technical Sergeant Robert Gauthier and Technical Sergeant Saralina Ramos. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the United States military. The graduates, before you have reached a milestone in their military journey, and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for playing of musical honors. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates passing in review today represent a portion of the 35,000 men and women who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 training group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the world's greatest Air Force. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen and guardians. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Armed Forces. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass in review, they will march over the Enlisted Heroes Walk. The men and women recognized on the pavers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States military in armed conflict. Their decorations include 9 medals of honor, 23 Air Force crosses, and 162 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all service members to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. We would like to direct your attention to our national, state, and territorial flags. As they flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. As a reminder, military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass in review. Now, passing in review, the Commander of Airmen, Technical Sergeant Michael Hurd, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown, Dallas, Texas. Band Flight 080, led by Technical Sergeant Charnel Albino, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Spenaway, Washington. Led by Master Sergeant Precious Roy, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Birmingham, Alabama. Flight 068, led by Technical Sergeant J.R. Robbins, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Buffalo, New York. Flight 069, led by Technical Sergeant Travis Lage, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Pelican Rapids, Minnesota. Commander's Excellence and PT Excellence Flight 070, led by Technical Sergeant Robert Gompier, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Navarre, Florida. Academic Excellence Flight 071, led by Technical Sergeant Nina Sepelman, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Aurora, Illinois. Flight 072, led by Technical Sergeant Jermaine Ramsey, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Blakely, Georgia. Flight 073, led by Technical Sergeant Ridge Lamy, Military Training Instructor, Trainer, hometown, Bessemer City, North Carolina. The Color Guard, led by Technical Sergeant Logan Pals, Master Military Training Instructor, Trainer, hometown, Sheffield, Iowa. The flights selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags. Flights 065 and 066, led by Staff Sergeant Matias Tercero, Military Training Instructor, Trainer, hometown, Buffalo, New York. Flight 074, led by Technical Sergeant Dejan Ross, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Jacksonville, Florida. Flight 075, led by Technical Sergeant Tiffany Todd, military training instructor, hometown, Beverly Hills, Florida. Flight 076, led by Technical Sergeant Christina Poston, military training instructor, hometown, Brooklyn, New York. Flight 077, led by Technical Sergeant Houghton Marvin, military training instructor, hometown, Portland, Oregon. Flight 078, led by Technical Sergeant Joseph Pullins, military training instructor, hometown, Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Flight 079, led by Technical Sergeant Miguel Molina, military training instructor, hometown, Laverne, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing and singing of the Air Force song. Thank you. You may be seated. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by graduates from Flight 080, performing under the direction of Staff Sergeant Jacob Wright, military training instructor, hometown, Plano, Texas. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic military training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. We would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our honored graduates, as well as their families. Basic military training honored graduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all graduates in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence they displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. As the flights march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank all of the family and friends who are here in support of those graduating today. words of encouragement helped motivate these graduates through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States military and basic military training, we extend our thanks to the many families and friends of America for your support of our mission and the greatest air power the world has ever known. Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Gatica will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome. What an absolute honor to look out into this huge audience today and see so many friends and families that are here joining with us today. 7.5 weeks ago, you entrusted your nation, you entrusted us with your most valuable treasure, your sons and daughters. Your support has pushed these airmen to successfully complete their basic military training and join the world's greatest Air Force. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you for your support and encouragement, but more importantly, thank you for your trust. It is my great honor to introduce 701 graduates, airmen today from the 320th Training Squadron as our Air Force's newest airmen. I honestly can't think of a better way to start off this new year, this year of 2023, by celebrating your success as the graduating class, the first graduating class of 2023. And as you embark on your next chapter, I too recall a time here in Texas. I too started my career, my service in Texas when officer training school was on the other side of the highway over there at Medina Annex. And as you stand here today, I'd ask all of our graduates to reflect on why you joined. Perhaps it was for some of you just a job. Perhaps some for patriotism. And perhaps some just wanted to change and wanted to get away. Or perhaps because many of you wanted to be part of something so much bigger than yourselves. Or for me, it was a deliberate step to try to find some maturity, some discipline in my life. I figured I'd do that 4 years and I'd go back to school. But here I stand before all of you after 29 years of service and continuing to serve. And Airman, I share that with you because regardless of the reason that you're standing here today, regardless of the reason that you joined, you are now part of something so much larger than yourselves. And that is what keeps me serving, and I hope that it'll continue to keep all of you serving as well. You are truly something special, you are different, and you are our future leaders. You are part of our nation's defense, its protectors, its warriors, and a member of the profession of arms. Regardless of your next job as you go off to tech school or onto your next chapter of training, whether it be in ops, logistics, whether it be in maintenance, base ops, personnel, cyber intelligence, whatever your next chapter is, every one of you is part of this incredible institution. And you will now be charged with defending our values, our freedom, and our Constitution. Your contribution will help push everybody forward. This is what's unique about being an airman, means you are part of a team where each of us depends on each other to be successful in our own roles. Regardless of your individual backgrounds, your gender, your race, your religion, your orientation, we are all on the same team, and our success depends on it. Dignity and respect is foundational to this team. Please be proud of your commitment. Hold your head high, as you all are doing so in formation today, so professionally. Be proud of your courage to go in harm's way for the greater good if called upon to do so. Embrace it. It is not merely a job. It is your life, a military life filled with unknowns and challenges, and also victories and celebrations, much like today's graduation celebration today. A life filled with camaraderie and a bond with your fellow airmen unlike anything in the corporate world. You will remember the brothers and sisters that you started your first 7.5 weeks with of your military service. Cherish these relationships. I know you have already experienced success in this new life to be here today. Your generation has the opportunity to tackle new challenges and advance our nation and our military to new heights. As I'm proud of the significant improvements in our military since I joined in 1993, I know all of you can do the same, that you will be better than my generation, and you will take our Air Force to the next level. My generation fought wars in the Middle East after we were attacked on September 11th. You have different adversaries that also threaten our way of life, our values, our freedom, our partners, our allies. The mere fact you are here today after 7.5 weeks of training, prepared to raise your right hand and take an oath, gives me great comfort. I know each of you possess untapped potential. Find it, use it, be innovative, empowered, and outcome focused. Your nation depends on it. Your history starts now. So I have just one question for you. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's greatest Air Force? All right, I think they're ready.
Instructors, place your flights at attention. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Major General Gatica will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Now raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States. And the orders of the officers appointed over me. According to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. IST Air Force.
Thank you, Major General Gatica. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing while our graduates recite the Airman's Creed and for the departure of the official party. I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I am answering my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and pray. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor
stand at attention and to render a salute as the U.S. flags pass. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. Once the flags have passed, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all our guests the opportunity to view the flights as they pass in review. As viewed from the bleachers, to the left of the reviewing stand, flights 067, 068, 069, 070, 071, 072, 073, and to the right of the reviewing stand, flights 074, 075, 076, 077, 079. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Graduates in the drum and bugle corps and flag mass will be released to their visitors at the equipment locker after they secure their equipment. Base Liberty ends 1800 hours. When dropping off members, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training areas. Please be careful while exiting the bleachers and while moving onto the grassy areas. For your safety, we also ask that you refrain from climbing the guardrails and also use the stairs to exit the bleachers. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at the 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas.